Pewdiepie Legend of the Brofist is an ego trip if I've ever seen one. The kind of trip you need, I don't know, like ego drugs or something to see. At least it was an entertaining trip. For those of you who don't know who Pewdiepie is this your first YouTube video? Ever? Because if it is, I'm flattered, thank you. Anyway, he's a Swedish Let's Player who's most famous for playing scary games. About 4 years ago. Now he just does whatever. Mostly Let's Play bait, it looks like. I don't know, I haven't watched his stuff in years. Regardless, he is, and has been for a while, the most subscribed to person on YouTube. And he's rich as hell. So of course, there's only one logical next step for a wealthy internet celebrity who plays video games. Get his own game, and that's just what this guy did. Move over, Mario, there's a new hero in town. Legend of the Brofist was made by the Canada-based Outer Minds Inc. Along with Pewdiepie, it also features his girlfriend Marzia and fellow YouTubers Markiplier, Cinnamon Toast Ken, Jacksepticeye, and Cryotic. Each line of dialogue is fully voiced, and the cast of playable characters are voiced by their real-life counterparts. Each character also has their own unique attack to use during gameplay. Pewdiepie uses a Brofist, Marzia rides Maya, Mark grows pink mustache wings, Ken turns into a bear, Jack turns into an eye, and Cry turns all the enemies on screen into little sup guys. Anyway, the game starts off with Pewdiepie making and uploading a video. You just gotta love that uncanny valley. However, Pewds notices that his videos don't seem to be getting any views. Before he even has a chance to think why this may be, he is attacked by a barrel that explains that his fans have been kidnapped and that the Barrel King wants the legendary Brofist. I don't get it, wouldn't trolls still give his videos views to leave their unfunny comments? Or were they captured by the barrels too? And what about the people who aren't fans that just stumble upon his videos? Maybe Pewds just thinks that everyone in the world is his fan. Regardless, after seeing some of these comments his fans leave, it's probably best they were captured. I just want to add that this game is full of references to Pewdiepie. For one, barrels are a thing, so is Stefano. I don't think he's made a barrel or Stefano joke in years, since Amnesia custom stories are a thing of the past. There's also Dr. Crab, who may or may not be a reference that I don't know about. The gameplay is fairly simple. You just move around, jump on platforms, and stomp on barrel enemies to defeat them. It reminds me a lot of Shovel Knight for some reason. The barrels each have different abilities like bouncing, and rolling, pregnancy. Why? After collecting everything he needs, Felix hops on top of his car and rides off, because who needs car safety laws? The first level that isn't a tutorial is a scrolling car chase level. Like, you'd think they'd save this level for later in the game, but nope. Same with the flying stage, aka level 3. Since the game basically just throws everything cool it has at you in one go, the rest of the game is pretty standard and lackluster. You jump, you land, you kill things, and you die on occasions. At least the music's good. To the game's credit, one of the more interesting mechanics are the companions. After losing all of your health or falling on something that would cause instant death with the exception of hits, the companion will sacrifice themselves for you, effectively giving you 2 more hits. However, it punishes you by making sure you see your companion brutally killed right in front of you. But hey, if they survive to the end, you get bonus monies. Oh yeah, bro coins, the game's main currency. You use them to buy characters and power-ups, but there really isn't much to them outside of that and to gauge how good you did inside of a level. Your first boss is General Barrel. He pursues Pewds on the aforementioned car level, and almost wins until Markiplier picks up Pewdiepie in his fighter jet. You then unlock Mark and begin the plane level. After another scrolling level, General Barrel flies up in his tank but is eventually killed. All the while, I'm still trying to come off the high that's level 1. Don't do this to me, game. After defeating General Barrel, Pewds is told to go to the North Pole to defeat Barrel's brother, Barrel. Get it? Because he's one of those rolling barrels? The North Pole levels exist probably just because the creators were like, hey guys, we need new ice levels so we can show off our wind and ice physics only to never use them again. Yeah, boss! Even Felix questions why he's doing this. So you go survive an endurance round in a subway station. Pewdiepie arrives at the North Pole, saves the shark, leaves Stefano behind, recruits Ken, fights a snowman disguised Barrel, which Ken has to sniff out and dig up, and then kills him, and then you somehow travel further north than the North Pole, unless you're actually going around the top of a sphere, in which case you're actually going south, and I need a breather. Okay, I'm good now. You then travel into some mines and rescue Jack, whose septic eye blasts through some rocks. Too bad it doesn't do anything else cool. Jennifer also appears for like a second just to be blasted away. Gotta love those references that are included just because. At the end of the mines, Jack is recruited and Pewdiepie moves on to Transylvania. It's at this point you can go after some optional levels to unlock alternate costumes for everyone, which is a nice little extra. Good way to earn some bro coins too. Problem is, they're hard. I'm not sure if it's just because I suck at games, which I do, or if they're actually difficult. I died way too many times on this stupid love level, all just to see Felix in his stupid shirtless Cupid outfit. Why did the game punish me for a bonus? Why? However, if you elect to not go on these bonus adventures, then you continue through a few more levels and an endurance round before moving on to Africa, because they really wanted to throw in this hilarious rhino for some reason. Is this a reference? Is it original for the game? Does it matter? Because I stopped caring about a millisecond ago. At the end of Africa, Pewdiepie has to face off against the 360 no-scoping bounty hunter, Falcon Lever. Oh, I actually know this one. This is a reference I know. He made a video making fun of some guy's comment strings that may or may not have been written by Pewds or a friend to make fun of stupid comment strings. Good times, right comrades? I love to remember good time. Here in Mother Russia, we love having good time. Unlike losers in America. After our fun adventures in a third world nation, a phone app teleports Pewdiepie onto a UFO that goes right to the barrel's base. Aboard the UFO, Cry just appears. Like, no context, just boom, Cry. I mean, not that I mind, per se. After all, any excuse to get more Cry is a good one. Outside the UFO, Cry and Felix almost share a romantic moment before Marzia calls and breaks up the good times. Don't worry, Cry. I'll keep you company. You're in good hands. Of course I immediately bought and switched to Cry. Aw, he even has his little pirate outfit. That's adorable, I love it. Only problem is, I don't know what makes him think that one of the possible action stars in this game is the same guy who did this.
Oh, my hand hurts so bad!
Is it bleeding?
I don't know, I can't see it!
We'll take off the vibe!
Man, I can't believe they had the gall to do that. What is wrong with me? Oh my god. Jesus, I'm sorry, Cry. Here, have some money. Please forgive me. Whoa, the moon! Look, 0 G's. Okay, actually 0.16 G's. Look at the pirate Cry and his sup guy buddies fly around. Whee! After going through the moon, Pewds and his team arrive at the Barrel's headquarters. After a dramatic elevator ride, we're put in a room full of fans, but no Barrel King. This guy just looks mildly inconvenienced more than anything. What's the matter, buddy? Need to be somewhere? Got a date at 6 or something? Already been to the moon? Yeah, I see. Who cares, right? Eventually, a springboard appears and you bounce on it to see... Oh my god, he's huge. But sizes can be deceiving because he's actually a pretty simple fight. You just have to dodge his stomps and kill his minions until a springboard appears. After each hit you land, the king flies up and you have to endure a different attack, usually just dodging lasers and rockets. It's not really hard at all. The king's final stomp has him breaking the glass and freeing the fans. Whoops, probably should have thought that plan through a bit more, friend. Pewds uses the legendary fisting, explains the power was in his heart the whole time, and everyone starts dancing.
You're going to suffer, and you are going to like it.
We get those credits that list off the name of the enemies even though we honestly don't care. It's just the game developers trying to show how punny they are. Cue scene that might mean the sequel. End game. After that, there's not much more to do. You can get the power-ups, try harder difficulties, do an endurance test or survival level, and maybe even unlock the secret duck character. What is Felix's thing with ducks? Is it because of The Walking Dead? Because that duck wasn't a duck. I don't get it. Someone help me. Regardless, it was still a decently enjoyable game. Besides having famous YouTube celebrities, it was just a fairly average game, but still fun. Graphics were nice looking and smooth, controls were pretty solid, difficulty was fair, and music was actually really good. I even went and bought the soundtrack. Like I said before, it gave off a strange Shovel Knight vibe, and it's not too expensive either, so if you like any of the guys who appear in it, I'd say give it a quick check. It's just kind of weird how some internet celebrities are just getting their own games. Not that I'm complaining, some of these things are gold mines. Oh, don't worry, I'll get to you two at some point. Well, that's about enough of this. I'm off to go fulfill my fantasy.
And
And that, bros, is how you make bread using your butt cheeks.